Gleason is a 2002 film directed by Howard Deutsch. It's written by Rick Puddle and Michael Preminger, and we have a cast including Brad Garrett as Jackie Gleason. And this is a biopic that looks at, of course, Jackie Gleason's life and career. And I watched this because of Brad Garrett. I probably wouldn't have watched it otherwise, but I certainly don't mind having seen it. It's not one of those films where I'm really glad I had a reason to watch it, but it was interesting. I went into it with two questions. Would I find it entertaining? And would I find it educational? Because I don't know that much about Jackie Gleason. I'm vaguely aware of his career. I'm aware of the Honeymooners, but I certainly didn't really know anything about him. And with that in mind, I can't comment on, first of all, whether Brad Garrett gave an accurate performance, but it's Brad Garrett. I would trust that he would do a really good job, but feel free to comment on that if you have any thoughts. And I also can't say whether or not it's accurate to Gleason's life, because, as I said, I know very little about him, or knew very little about him. And with regards to the film itself, it initially starts off with him younger at the height, then it's at the beginning of his career, and then as things progress, and the industry aspect I really like. The behind the scenes of the film and TV industry, I always find that to be really fun, and that's one of the reasons why I like biopics based on Hollywood, because it's a behind the scenes look, and I think that that's great, and that part of it was really appealing. The bits focusing on Gleason's personal life, his marriage, none of that appealed to me, obviously because I don't really know much about him. There wasn't that curiosity there, but they were interesting enough. However, Gleason did not come across as very likeable. I don't know if that's just the intention of this biopic, or if he genuinely was not very likeable in real life. Again, if anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. But I never really liked him as a character in this, and that's not what I want from a biopic, unless it's a biopic of somebody who's inherently a nasty person, which I don't think is the case here. I want to watch it because I like the person, I'm interested in them, I want to get to know them better, and because I didn't really like him as a person, purely based on this, I wasn't too emotionally invested in his journey, in his story. So I enjoyed aspects of it. I didn't enjoy other parts of it. I thought Brad Garrett gave a great performance in terms of having a lot of emotional range and generally just giving a good performance. Again, I don't know if it's accurate to Gleason's personality, but any thoughts on that, I warmly welcome. And in terms of being educational, obviously I learned a lot because I went into it with basically no knowledge. I think my knowledge of Gleason was the Honeymooners, and that's about it. So I learned a lot, but of course I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, it was quite educational in that regard. The technical aspects are fine, the performances are very good, and the storytelling is good. The pacing of the film is good. I think the structure of the narrative is very effective, so I think they're telling the story really well, from my opinion. But at the same time, I didn't love the character, so I wasn't fully invested in the story. But again, there were bits of it that I enjoyed. So I came away from it feeling pretty satisfied with the experience. I didn't love it. I'm not going to say I would never ever watch it again, because it's very possible that maybe in the future I will see more of Gleason's work and maybe it will make me curious to go back and watch this. So I'm not ruling out watching it again, but certainly it's not on my radar immediately after watching this. Do I recommend it? I can't automatically recommend it if you're a fan of Gleason, because again, I don't know how accurate it is. But if, like me, you know nothing about Gleason, it could be a good starting point. So I'm happy to recommend it, but again, take that with a pinch of salt, because I'm by no means an authority on the topic. But if, like me, you're going in with no knowledge, I'd say it's easy to follow, it's entertaining enough, certainly educational, all things considered. I didn't love every second of Gleason, but I still thought it was a decent film, and generally I'm happy to recommend it.